compared to 191 million for the same period last year. Lucas, which makes components for the aerospace and car industries, has blamed the recession and high redundancy payments for the drop in profits. Despite the results, the share dividend is being kept at last year's level. The biggest reduction was in the car components division of Lucas, which has been badly affected by the slump in the car industry.
Poisonous fish have been found in the region's rivers, according to a report published today by the environmental pressure group Friends of the Earth. Now they're warning anglers not to eat their catch.
9:30 this morning and Friends of the Earth swing into action alongside the River Severn near Worcester. Their mission? To warn anglers that danger lurks in the placid waters. Fish caught here, particularly eels, have shown high levels of pesticides, dangerous heavy metals, mercury and other chemicals. In all, higher than permitted levels of 13 compounds have been found in fish from various points in the region's rivers, each marked with a skull and crossbones.
Well, we're not saying that if you ate one of these eels you'd fall down dead immediately, but we are advising people against consuming fish caught from this stretch of the river and various other stretches. We believe that if the standards hadn't been required, the Department of Health and the European community wouldn't have bothered setting them in the first place.
Today, the Ministry of Agriculture in the Midlands said freshwater fish weren't their concern. Try the National Rivers Authority. Their response?
Well, we don't know if they're dangerous to eat or not. We are not competent. We are not the experts as far as that's concerned. It would be the Minister of Agriculture who would decide if these fish are dangerous or not, and it would be they who would issue any warnings that were necessary to anglers.
And the Ministry of Agriculture in London said they'd warned of the dangers, but anglers should check with the Rivers Authority to see which specific waters were affected. Meanwhile, Friends of the Earth continue with their warnings.
The world's fastest production car, built by Coventry-based Jaguar, has been unveiled by the Princess of Wales. The Jaguar XJ220, which has clocked more than 212 miles an hour in testing, will be hand-built by Jaguar Sport at its new factory at Bloxham near Banbury. The Princess spoke to racing driver Derek Warwick, one of the few people to have driven the car. That's it for me for the moment. Don't forget to join us at 5 to 10 tomorrow morning. Don't go away. We're followed by Charlie, who'll be looking at tomorrow's weather. That's it from all of us here on the Late News. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Well, it was a great start to what's going to be a dismal week of weather, but at least it's staying mostly dry for tonight, although it's another misty one, especially in the southeast. Clearer skies over in the northwest, letting temperatures get down to 6. Warwickshire is going to be fairly murky to start with tomorrow, with fog patches hanging around for the rush hour, but it'll be a bright start everywhere else. In fact, not too bad a day for most of us, just some rain spoiling things around Shropshire and North Staffordshire during the afternoon. Temperatures about right for October, a high of 16 Celsius is 61 Fahrenheit. That's all we get for tomorrow.
It has the sort of stories you always want to follow. The touch of reality and the mark of action. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 on Central, The Bill, evidently the best.
For one prisoner, a taste of newfound freedom as she's released from Cell Block H in tonight's episode later on Central at 5 past midnight. Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. Delicious golden flakes of corn encrusted with honey, nuts and brown sugar.
Right, follow me.
Which makes them all together the most irresistible breakfast imaginable. Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. The trouble is, they taste too good.
Savings plan from Equity and Law. Very sensible. Automatic rotary action cat polisher. Not so sensible.
Equity in Law, polished performance since 1844.
McCain Pizza Perfection from the freezer. Now you'll never need to go out for pizza again.
Look who's back on Central, Mr. Bean, and he's going to town. Going to town on the television. going to town on photography. But best of all, he's going to town on a date. Join Rowan Atkinson when Mr. Bean Goes to Town. New Tuesday comedy at 8:30 on Central.
We now return to The Sting as the setup continues.
Hey, Eddie, we brought you a attachment to Mo Annenberg's wire. You'll get great results. Odds, scratches, pole positions, everything. And just as fast as Western Union gets them.
Does JJ know how to use that thing?
All he's got to do is read,